YouTube, what's going down? So the Ice Bucket Challenge, you've definitely seen it at this point. If you haven't seen it, you've at least understood in some capacity what's going on. What I've noticed recently though is that there's a lot of very strong opinions on both the positives and I guess like the negative sides of this Ice Bucket Challenge. And to be honest, I'm on this very interesting even keel spot, leaning towards, of course it is very positive, and then thinking about all the misunderstanding that goes along with it. Now, if you're not familiar with what the Ice Bucket Challenge is, basically what happens is that you get challenged to dump ice water all over your body, and if you don't do it within 24 hours of you being challenged, you have to donate some sort of amount of money to ALS disease research. Now, when people talk about the positives for this, I think they're 100% right. At the end of the day, numbers do not lie, and ALS research funds have gone up 1,000% since last year. And on top of that, what people say is so great about it is that we're raising awareness. And here's where my negative view comes in. And negative might be the wrong word, but I want to do a little quiz with you guys. Now, I know we're all on the internet, so there's no cheating involved. I just want you to take a second to self-reflect. Okay, are you ready for it? I'm gonna ask you a question, you see if you know the answer. Okay, you ready for it? 1, 2, 3. What is ALS? Do you know the answer to that? What is ALS? I know we're raising awareness, which is incredible, but what is it? Now, if you don't know the answer, I don't blame you. Now, if you do know that it's amyotrophic lateral sclerosis or Lou Gehrig's disease, my question to you is then, what is that? And this is what makes me upset sometimes, is that people get so excited to pat themselves on the back and go out shouting on the rooftops how much of a difference they're making when they don't take a minute to reflect on what is actually happening. What is Lou Gehrig's disease? How does this affect people? How is my money being used in order to help find a cure? Now, if you don't know the answer, don't feel bad, because I've seen a million of these Ice Bucket Challenges and still am like slightly confused on like what the symptoms are of this. And that's where I get so confused. How could I have seen this many Ice Bucket Challenges and still not fully give a grip on what exactly this is? Now, if you are interested, you can click right here, right over there in the corner, and there's an incredible video of this guy whose mother ended up passing away from Lou Gehrig's disease, and he explains exactly what happens when you suffer from this and the steps that it takes you through and how dramatically terrible it is, not just for the person, but how it affects the people around them and how it mentally just is, it must be so uncontrollably shitty. I think that's really the only word for it, uncontrollably shitty. Now, that being said, there is something truly positive about all this. Like I said before, donations are up 1,000% in just 1 year. That's astronomical. And there is, in some definition of the word, more awareness of what it is. But it comes down to something my dad was talking to me about when I was in college. And that comes down to, do the ends justify the means? In college, I was really upset because my big charity that I'm obsessed with is donating blood. I think it's truly one of the easiest and most selfless acts of giving because you're truly giving a part of yourself. It doesn't cost you anything, but it saves 3 lives. It's an incredible way to donate. But in college, during Greek week, when I was in a fraternity, the fraternities and sororities got points for when they had people go out and donate, which is awesome. Okay, we're encouraging people to go out and donate by rewarding them with some arbitrary point system. The problem is, people are being almost forced to donate because they're being screamed at chapter. If you're not gonna go give blood, we're not gonna win Greek week this year. How selfish can you be? Okay, well, the point isn't to win Greek week. The point is to donate blood. And it made me so upset that the reason people were doing it wasn't to be this selfless individual and to donate something that was a part of them, but rather to win some arbitrary bullshit. I remember I was a little upset about this and I was talking to my dad about it. And his point was incredibly simple. Well, whether or not their heart is in the right place, they're still saving 3 lives. And in my head, all I'm thinking is, but no, they're still douchebags. They're assholes for doing this for the wrong reason. And he said, well, I don't think the person who's accepting that blood really gives a shit whether or not they gave it for the right reason. They're just happy that they can live another day with some extra blood. An incredible point. The connection here is I think some of the frustration from the Ice Bucket Challenge comes from people who are just doing it to essentially get some likes on Facebook or get some likes on Instagram, this arbitrary point system that's fucking bullshit. But at the end of the day, it is working. And who am I, or anybody else for that matter, to tell someone they shouldn't do it if it is in fact working? Now, I guess I could go into the fact that it is slightly odd that you're avoiding donating by pouring something on your head rather than just donating to the charity. But not everybody can give. There's a lot of people who are struggling that still want to contribute in some way or another. I guess after all this rambling, my point is this. At the end of the day, the Ice Bucket Challenge is good. It is inherently good and it's an awesome thing. With that said, some of the people doing the Ice Bucket Challenge are douchebags, doing it for the wrong reasons. Now regardless, if there are douchebags out there that are doing it for the wrong reasons and don't give a shit about ALS and just want to get some Facebook likes, the ends truly do justify the means. So do the Ice Bucket Challenge, have fun doing it, but also take a minute. Reflect on what you're doing this for. Understand how it affects people, how it may affect those around you. And take a minute to do two things. One, think about whether or not you are capable to give some sort of donation, whether or not you're gonna do the Ice Bucket Challenge or not. And two, if this is gonna be the charity that you decide to support, make sure that it doesn't just end after that ice falls over your head. I think we're all very quick to join on to fads, and when those fads die, so do those charities. So I truly do encourage everyone that's participating in the Ice Bucket Challenge to continue participating in one way or another. Whether it be through donations, through time, or through just constant ice bucket challenging yourself. Just don't let ALS research die with the fad. So to wrap it all up, ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, good. Douchebags doing it for likes on Facebook, bad. Reflection, amazing. And don't let ALS research die with the fad. All right guys, that's all the time I got for you. And as always guys, I love you. I'm in love with you.